Hello friends, welcome again. Friends, in today's video lecture, we are going to discuss classical or dramatic unities. There are three unities which are related to drama. They are unity of time, unity of place, and unity of action. As you can see on the screen, these unities are known as classical. Why? Because they were first discussed by the classical writers. Classical writers means ancient writers, right? Say, for example, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, they were the great Greek philosophers in the ancient times. So, their literature is known as classical literature. And Aristotle was the most prominent critic and philosopher of Greece who has discussed these three unities of action, time, and place which are required in drama, and these things are known as classical or dramatic unities. Okay, one by one, as you can see in this picture, we are going to discuss all these three. Okay, as I told you, ancient or classical Greek literature or Latin literature, it follows it follows all the rules and regulations very strictly. Okay, the ancient writers, they were very orthodox and they were very strict in following all the rules, norms of writing a drama. And Aristotle has written poetics. Okay, poetics means Kavya Shastra. In this poetics, Aristotle has discussed some basic principles of how to write drama. Okay, and there he has discussed these three unities of time, place, and action. But he has given more importance to the unity of action. Okay, the poetics, if we talk about the Middle Ages means I am talking about 12th to 16th century or 10th to 16th century. This medieval period, during this period, poetics was not so much popular. Nobody had much read about Aristotle and his theories on drama. But during the period of Renaissance, during the 15th and 16th centuries, some Latin and Greek works, they were translated into English language, and for the first time the Greek poetics, because poetics written by Aristotle was originally written in Greek language. Okay, and during the Renaissance, during the 16th century, for the first time, Latin translation was made available now. Then English translation was also available. So 16th century onwards, these three terms became popular in literature because till this time nobody had read Aristotle much. Okay, now what are these three unities that we want to discuss one by one? Aristotle believes that the action of the play should finish within one revolution of the sun. Now, one revolution of the sun, that means what? That means 24 hours. Okay. Now, see, remember, a drama or a play is not a novel. The novelist has a large scope. Okay, he writes his novel in hundreds of pages, but a dramatist has a very small or narrow scope, right? And that's why in novel you can describe the whole life of the hero, but in drama there is limited time period. Okay, so the life of the hero which is presented on the stage in drama must not be more than 24 hours. This was a common understanding and rule which was initiated by Aristotle in the ancient times. Even if you come up during the 17th and 18th century in English literature, there were some neoclassical writers, dramatists. Okay, they followed the classical style of writing drama, and they also did not love to violate this rule. They also followed this rule where they tried to present only 24 hours from the life of the tragic hero. That is unity of time. Unity of place. What is unity of place? It is believed that in drama, if there are so many places presented, it creates confusion in the mind of the audience, in the mind of the spectators. So, too many places must not be presented on the stage. That is known as another rule of writing drama, unity of place, right? Elizabethan writers, 16th century, 17th century writers, dramatists, they, however, did not follow this rule, and they, if you read William Shakespeare and his plays, you find that so many places are presented. So many Elizabethan writers, they have violated this second rule of writing drama. But the third and the most important rule is unity of action. There must be uniformity of action which is presented in the play. A play, a drama is what? A drama is a series of actions or events or incidents, okay? And these all incidents must build up one common story. That is called the main plot, okay? Aristotle believed that there must be unity of action. That means what? You must have observed that in sometimes in some plays it so happens that 2, 3, 4, 5 stories are going together. This creates confusion in the mind of the spectators, in the mind of the audience. The only goal, the only aim of the dramatist is to lead towards the catastrophe. Catastrophe means the climax. Okay, climax of the main story. An ideal plot is one in which all the events are logically connected with one another, and all these events leads the audience to one final goal which is known as catastrophe. An ideal plot must have the unity of action. It means it must have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. Dr. Samuel Johnson, the important lexicographer of English language who lived during the 18th century, he has written criticism on William Shakespeare. His criticism is entitled as Preface to William Shakespeare. However, Dr. Samuel Johnson has rejected all these three unities. Why? Because Dr. Samuel Johnson welcomed Shakespeare's style of writing drama, where Shakespeare has violated unity of place and unity of time. But let me conclude the whole discussion. If you are writing an ideal kind of a drama, then you must follow these three unities of time, place, and action, and this avoids any confusion in the mind of the reader. If you want one example from modern literature, then Tennessee Williams has written a play, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. This is an ideal example of a drama, of a play where you find that the author has followed all these three unities very strictly and honestly. So friends, here we come to the end of this discussion. I hope you have understood this well, and please, I request all you viewers to please subscribe to this channel and share this video among your friends and classmates. Thank you very much.